Welcome back. I am Collins Trott, Child Development Faculty on the Wallace Community College Dothan campus. In this episode, we are going to be learning about phonics and word identification. Utilizing sound recognition to construct words and meaning is important in early literacy. Phonics is an awareness of letters and sounds in written words, skills that are useful because they help children decode unknown words. Phonics builds a foundation for young children to understand the rules of the English language by allowing them to use decoding strategies and increase their reading fluency. The development of language for young children begins at birth with sound recognition, environmental awareness, and social interaction. This episode introduces different models for reading and writing instruction, such as top-down, bottom-up, and the comprehensive or interactive model. Phonology is a branch of linguistics that encompasses the systematic organization of sound. Phonological awareness is the ability to recognize and use units of sound in spoken word, including syllables, onsets, and rhymes. Phonemic awareness is an awareness of letters and sounds in spoken words. And a phoneme is the smallest unit of sound in a word. A grapheme is the visual representation of a sound in written letters. Phonemic awareness is a precursor to phonics and an indicator of later success in reading. Children who do not understand the concept of rhyming, blending, and segmenting sounds in spoken word have difficulty comprehending phonics skills such as consonant and vowel patterns. The phonemic awareness process begins with parents talking to infants and reading aloud. Once children recognize letters, sight words, and environmental print, their literacy skills progress rapidly. Children who have mastered letter recognition begin building words and creating meaningful sentences. The goal of phonics and word identification is to learn patterns of sounds in meaningful context through children's literature, practice decoding skills with games and activities, and apply these strategies in continuous text and new reading passages. So join me, Ms. Trott, as we learn all about phonics and word identification. There are a variety of approaches for teaching children how to read, such as top-down, bottom-up, and comprehensive reading models. Meaning is the foundation of the top-down reading model of literacy development, which comes from a constructivist perspective. The teacher begins with the whole, either a story or a passage, before specific skills instruction on vocabulary and phonics. It is designed to first emphasize comprehension of the whole text and then teach phonics. The bottom-up reading model is a parts-to-whole model that begins with the parts of letters and sounds and ends with the comprehension of the whole text of a story or a passage. Letters are combined to make words, and words become sentences. Phonics skills and patterns are taught systematically and explicitly through direct instruction and sometimes scripted materials. The comprehensive or interactive reading model combines literature-based reading and process writing instruction. There is an emphasis on meaning through the use of the authentic texts that are narrative and informational, purposeful writing experiences, and systematic skill instruction that meet the need of all children. This balanced literacy approach, featuring an equal importance on reading and writing, incorporates a variety of strategies: reading workshops and writing workshops, guided reading and writing, shared reading, independent reading, journal writing, shared or interactive writing, partner reading, and read-alouds by the teacher. Language development starts at birth and continues throughout one's lifetime. However, initial phonological and phonemic awareness starts with toddlers who are learning usage of their symbolic language with phonemes. Phonemic awareness skills include rhyming, blending, segmenting, and manipulating sounds in spoken words, which are an essential component of learning how to read. Children learning to read utilize this decoding process to learn how to sound the full word after it is broken up into smaller sounds or syllables. As children are learning new words, they process and encode them, putting them into long-term memory. As readers practice decoding words, the reading process becomes more fluent. Children are able to read with expression, which indicates comprehension. Human connection and social interaction facilitate this process. Word study of phonics, spelling, and vocabulary instruction supports children's understanding of the concept of word and alphabetical identification. Children practice word study to enhance what they know about the written word, letter formation, sound segments within word meaning, and letter sounds. This approach uses the child's ability to compare and contrast words by meaning and sound. Letter knowledge, sight words, print awareness, and phonemic awareness are building blocks of early literacy. Letter knowledge includes both letter and sound recognition. Sight words are high-frequency words that must be recognized instantly rather than sounded out. The memorization and recognition of sight words aids in reading development. Sight words are clearly an important key to reading and comprehension success. Concepts about print depict knowledge of print awareness and an understanding of how print works. Phonemic awareness is an awareness of letters and sounds in spoken words, while phonics is an awareness of letters in the written word. Literacy-rich home environments where children experience listening and reading activities with their parents or caregivers build a strong foundation of emergent literacy skills. Setting up a print-rich environment for literacy instruction in the classroom is essential for young learners. A classroom for active engagement has a library overflowing with all kinds of books in multiple genres and reading levels, and reflecting the interests and cultures of the children. There is usually a rug area where children congregate for stories or mini lessons, and desks or small tables that allow for flexible grouping. Learning stations with activities for independent practice in language arts, and the content areas may line the walls. Brian Camborne developed principles for establishing effective learning environments while observing the language development of young children. The 8 conditions of learning for effective learning environments includes immersion, demonstration, engagement, expectation, responsibility, use, approximation, and response. When these 8 conditions are present, the teacher creates an open and safe environment for children to express their ideas, creativity, imagination, and increase their motivation to learn. Phonics is closely related to spelling. Children learn to spell in English through spelling words, letter by letter from left to right, or by learning patterns. They must also understand that there are different spellings for the different meanings of the same root word. Children learn phonics and spelling through reading, which is also known as decoding, and writing, which is also known as encoding, as well as teacher modeling. There are 4 key principles of effective phonics instruction. 1. Base instruction on what students already know. 2. Provide systematic phonics instruction. 3. Use appropriate text. And 4. Embed instruction in meaningful contexts. Phonics is an understanding of sounds in written word. Phonological awareness includes a knowledge of consonant digraphs and blends, short and long vowels, art-controlled vowels, and vowels, digraphs, and diphthongs, as well as vowel generalization patterns such as CVC, CVVC, CV, and CVCE. Phonics instruction should be kept short and simple during literacy activities. The sequence of phonics skills from simple to complex. Phonics is a tool for decoding unknown words. Phonics skills should be taught and practiced in context and in isolation. Now let's review what we've learned. Emergent literacy develops through authentic and varied reading and writing experiences that are part of an everyday child's life. Teachers plan guided, shared, interactive, and independent reading and writing activities based on reading models. The top-down or meaning-based, bottom-up or phonics-based, and comprehensive reading models are used in balanced literacy classrooms. In addition to language development, the foundational skills of early literacy, including letter knowledge, sight words, print awareness, and phonemic awareness, lead to success in reading and writing. Words and sentences with rhythm and rhyme help beginner readers quickly grasp the meaning of print. Teachers should create a print-rich environment that encourages active engagement, responsibility, and real-world connections. Phonics rules aid children in recognizing words and patterns when learning to read and write. Phonics instruction should be systematic and explicit, taught daily using appropriate sequence of skills and based on the needs of individual students. Lessons must connect new information to what students already know. Reading materials should be meaningful and appropriate and on the student's instructional reading level for best results. Strong phonics and decoding skills build fluent, confident readers. Engaged students are active participants in the learning process. Literacy tasks that engage students invite collaboration and student interests. The purpose of phonics and word identification is to learn patterns of sounds in meaningful contexts, practice decoding skills, and apply these new skills and strategies to new contexts. That wraps us up for this episode. You can learn more about this topic by reviewing the resources posted in your course. As always, if you have any questions, please contact me or your instructor. Thanks for joining me, Miss Trott, as we learn all about phonics and word identification. See you next time.